Hello and welcome to English Active Listening. I'm your host, Alyssa, and I am so excited you're here with me today. Have you ever felt like you know a lot of English words? But when you try to talk about your own day, the words just disappear? It's a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You can understand so much, but when it comes to describing the simple things, making breakfast, relaxing on the couch, driving your car, you feel stuck. Well, what if I told you that the secret to unlocking your speaking fluency isn't hidden in some complicated grammar book? What if the key is right there, in your own home, in your own daily routine? Today, we're going to find that key together. We're going on a special journey through my home, and along the way, we're going to discover 50 powerful everyday action verbs that will completely transform the way you talk about your life. We'll explore the living room, the kitchen, the office, the bedroom, and even the car, finding the exact words you need to bridge that gap between understanding and speaking. My goal is for you to finish this lesson not just with a list of new words, but with the confidence to look around you and describe your world, effortlessly and naturally. So, if you're ready to turn your daily life into your best English classroom, let's begin. Let's start our journey in the coziest part of the house, the living room. Picture this. It's the end of a long day. The work is done, the errands are finished, and all I want to do is relax. So, the very first thing I do is I chill on the couch. This is more than just sitting. To chill is a wonderful, informal verb that means to relax completely, to unwind without any stress. It's my favorite spot in the whole house to just let go of the day. I chill on the couch at the end of the day. Usually, I think about watching a little TV, but there's a classic problem in my house. The remote control seems to have legs. It's never where I left it. So, my relaxing evening begins with a little game of hide and seek. I look for the remote. I'll check under the cushions, lifting each one up. I'll look behind the pillows. Sometimes it falls down the side of the sofa. It's a real mystery. I look for the remote. After a minute or two of searching, if it's still missing, I just decide it's not worth the effort. I give up and read a book instead. To give up means to stop trying. And honestly, sometimes a good book is a much better way to relax anyway. I give up and read a book. As I'm sitting there, lost in a story, my eyes start to feel a little heavy. The words on the page begin to blur just a tiny bit. And I doze while I read. To doze is a lovely verb for that light, gentle sleep. You're not in a deep sleep, you're just drifting in and out. My head starts to nod forward. And then, bonk. I bonk my head on the couch. It's a silly, soft little sound. Not a hard hit, just a gentle tap as my head bumps against the armrest. It's a funny little thing that always happens when I'm really sleepy. I bonk my head on the couch. Just then, I hear the front door open. My husband, Dan, is home from work. I greet my husband. A simple hi or how was your day is all it takes. It's always the best part of the evening, seeing him walk through the door. We sit together for a bit on the couch and we chat about the day. This is more than just talking. To chat means to have a friendly, informal conversation. He'll ask me, "So, what did you do today?" And I'll tell him all about my day, the good parts and the not so good parts. We chat about the day. After sitting at my desk for hours, my back is usually a little sore. So I'll look at him with my most persuasive smile and I convince my husband to rub my back. To convince someone means you persuade them to do something they might not have planned to do. I have to be very convincing, but usually it works. I convince my husband to rub my back. It feels so good to have those knots worked out. And, of course, afterwards, I always show my appreciation. I thank him for helping me. A simple thanks goes a long way. I thank him for helping me. Suddenly, in the middle of our quiet evening, we hear a strange noise coming from the other room. A high-pitched squeaking sound. "What's that sound?" I ask. Dan listens for a moment and thinks it's the washing machine. "Could you fix it?" I ask. He's so handy with things like that. He's great at figuring out what's wrong with noisy appliances. He agrees and gets up to investigate. He's going to fix the annoying squeaking sound. To fix something means to repair it. It's such a relief when he can solve those little house mysteries. He's going to fix the annoying squeaking sound. "Thanks, hun," I call after him as he heads towards the laundry room. Now, feeling a bit refreshed and with the house quiet again, I think I'll make a nice breakfast for dinner. It's one of my favorite things to do. Let's head into the kitchen for our next 10 verbs. First things first, I need a nice hot cup of tea. So, I turn on the hot water. I fill the kettle, flick the switch, and I love that quiet rumble it makes as it starts to heat up. I turn on the hot water. Once it whistles, letting me know it's ready, I pour the hot water into my mug. I have to do it carefully and steadily so I don't spill any boiling water on my hands. I pour the hot water into my mug. My tea isn't complete without a little something extra to make it creamy. So I add some cream to my tea. Just a splash is enough to turn it from a simple tea into a luxurious treat. I add some cream to my tea. And for just a touch of natural sweetness, I squeeze in some honey. I use a little honey bear bottle, and I just gently squeeze it so that a small dot of honey falls into my mug. I squeeze in some honey. The final and very important step is to make sure everything is mixed together perfectly, so I stir my tea. I take a small spoon and gently move it around in circles until the cream and the honey have completely dissolved into the hot water. I stir my tea. Next on my breakfast for dinner menu is some toast. So, I toast my bread to make toast. I pop a couple of slices into the toaster and press the lever down. Actually, I just realized I don't have any bread in the house. I only have pitas, but you know what? They'll work just fine. It's interesting how we can use the word toast as both a verb and a noun. I'm going to toast my pitas, and they will make toast. Now that they've popped up, golden brown and warm, I spread the butter on the toast. I take a knife and glide the butter across the surface, watching it melt right in. I spread the butter on the toast. Well, it seems I'm running low on a few things today. I didn't have any bread, and now I see that the jam jar is almost empty. So, I scrape the jam from the jar. I use my knife to get every last little bit from the bottom and the sides. Scrape the jam from the jar. And look, I found enough for my toast, so I'm going to put it on. I'd also really like some scrambled eggs. They're my favorite. So I get an egg from the carton, and I need to crack the egg into the bowl. I tap it gently on the side of the bowl until a crack appears. Then I use my thumbs to pull the shell apart. Uh-oh. A tiny little piece of the shell fell into the bowl with the egg. It happens sometimes. Now I need to fish out a piece of the shell. It can be a bit tricky, like a little game. I use 1/2 of the eggshell to scoop it out. There, I got it. Okay, now we're fine. And now, I scramble the eggs. I take a whisk and beat the eggs quickly until the yolk and the white are completely mixed together into a pale yellow liquid. As some of you know, I have 8 chickens that live in my backyard. But unfortunately, we are only getting 1 egg a day because they're still too young to lay eggs. Hopefully, they will start laying more eggs soon. So for now, we still need to buy eggs from the store. But I'm going to scramble the eggs from the store and eat them. My eggs are cooked perfectly, soft and fluffy. And for the final touch, the best part, I grate some cheese onto the eggs. I take a block of cheddar cheese and my cheese grater, and I shred the cheese so it falls like snowflakes all over the hot eggs. Notice that this word, grate, is spelled differently than the word great. This is spelled Grate. I grate some cheese onto the eggs, and that will make a wonderful breakfast. Tea, toast, and cheesy eggs. What about you? What do you like to eat for breakfast? All right, after that lovely meal, it's time to get a little bit of work done. Are you ready for 10 verbs in the office? Let's do it. The first thing I do when I sit down at my desk is I check my email. I open up my inbox to see what's new, what's urgent, and what needs my attention. It's the first step to organizing my workday. I check my email. I see a message from a student with a question about our last lesson, so I send a message to a student. I want to make sure I help them as quickly as I can. Then I reply to an email from my colleague that I received yesterday. It's good to stay on top of your communications. I reply to an email. A big part of my job and my favorite part is creating these lessons for all of you. So I plan my lessons. I think about what topics would be most helpful and interesting for you, and how I can explain them in a clear and engaging way. I plan my lessons for you. I also need to meet with my team this week to discuss some new ideas, so I schedule a meeting. I look at our shared calendar and find a time that works for everyone. Notice that the beginning of this word, schedule, sounds like SK, schedule. I schedule a meeting. While I'm planning my lessons, I often need to do some research online. I scroll through the web page using the mouse or the trackpad, moving up and down the page to find the specific information I need. I scroll through the web page and then I click on a link that looks promising. I click on a link. I find a fantastic article that I want to save, so I download a file. And later today, when this lesson is finished and edited, I upload a new video for you all to watch. I upload a new video. Before I close any file I'm working on, I always do the most important step. I save the file. You never want to lose your hard work. It's a simple click, but it's essential. I save the file. Okay, the workday is done. Let's talk about 10 verbs in the bedroom as we wind down for the night. The very first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, before I even get out of bed, is I stretch my arms. Ugh. I reach them up high over my head, stretching out all the muscles that were asleep all night. It feels so good to wake up my body. I stretch my arms in the morning. And at the other end of the day, when I'm getting ready for bed, I yawn when I'm sleepy. It's that big, deep breath that your body takes when it's telling you it's time for rest. In the US, it's considered polite to cover your mouth when you yawn. Is this the same in your country? I go to bed around 10 p.m. on most weeknights. I try to keep a consistent schedule. I go to bed around 10 p.m. Then I lie down in bed. It feels so comfortable and welcoming after a long, busy day. I lie down in bed. I'm a quiet sleeper. I don't snore when I sleep. My husband is very thankful for that. Do you snore? Sometimes, if I have a lot on my mind or I'm worried about something, I toss and turn when I can't sleep well. This is a great expression. It means you move around a lot in bed, from one side to the other, trying to get comfortable, but you just can't. Notice that this expression uses two words that mean pretty much the same thing: to toss and to turn. But we always use them together in this phrase. I toss and turn when I can't sleep. Oh no. I oversleep when I forget to set my alarm clock. I wake up, look at the clock, and realize I'm late. I have to rush now so that I'm not late for my first meeting. It happens to everyone sometimes. But it feels so good to sleep in on the weekends. But I have kids, so the reality is that I never get to sleep in anymore. Do you sleep in? It's really important to know the difference between oversleep and sleep in. Oversleep is always negative. It means you slept longer than you intended to, and now there's a problem. Maybe you're going to be late for work. But when you sleep in, it could be positive or negative. You could say, I slept in, and then I was late for work. But it's usually positive, like, I love to sleep in on the weekends. It just means that you can relax and you don't have to be anywhere at a specific time. I hope you get a chance to sleep in sometime. I love to read for a little while before I go to sleep. It helps me relax my mind. So I lean against the pillows to read. I prop them up behind me so I'm comfortable. I lean against the pillows to read a good book. Oh, I just looked at the clock. I fling off the covers because I'm late for work. I must have overslept after all. To fling off is a very energetic verb. It means to throw them off quickly. I fling off the covers because I'm late for work. I gotta go. Now let's talk about our final 10 verbs. In the car. First of all, I open the car door. I pull the handle and swing the door open. Come on inside. Now that I'm in the car, the first thing I do is always safety first. I buckle my seatbelt. I pull the belt across my body and click it into the buckle. And because I'm the driver, I need to adjust my seat and the mirror. I move my seat forward or backward until my feet can comfortably reach the pedals, and I adjust the rearview mirror so I can see clearly behind me. And now, I start the car. I push the button or turn the key. Or we can also say, I start the engine. Before I can drive forward onto the street, I back out of the driveway. I put the car in reverse and slowly move backward, looking carefully behind me. I back out of the driveway. To go faster on the road, I accelerate. That means I gently press my foot on the accelerator pedal and the car speeds up. I accelerate, and when I get to a stoplight or a stop sign, I need to push the other pedal, the brake. Or we can use the verb to brake. I brake the car. This doesn't mean that I break the car. Notice the difference in spelling. I am not the Hulk. I cannot brake the car with my hands, but I can brake the car with my foot. When I want to turn left or right, you must use your turn signal. But we use a great verb for this, which is to signal. We can use it as a verb or a noun. I signal with my turn signal so that other drivers know where I'm going. It's much safer that way. I signal with my turn signal. And if someone in front of me is not paying attention when the light turns green, I honk the horn. Beep beep. Just a quick, friendly honk to get their attention. I honk the horn. Oh, look! I see my friend walking down the street. I roll down the window to say hi. Hi! I roll down the window. It's a funny expression because a long time ago, cars used to have a handle that you really turned in a circle to roll the window down. Now that there's just a button, we still use the same verb, to roll down the window. So there you have it. 50 verbs that you can add to your daily life vocabulary and be able to express yourself completely and naturally. And now I have a question for you. Were any of these action verbs in this lesson new for you? If there was something that was new for you, or a phrase you particularly liked, try to use it in the comments below. This is a great way to practice and to help yourself remember what you've learned. I can't wait to read your sentences and see what you have to say. Thank you so much for learning English with me today. I truly hope you found this lesson helpful. If you did, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on that bell notification so you won't miss our next lesson together. We have new lessons here every Friday. Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and know that you are doing a fantastic job. I'll see you again next week. Bye.